Remember when every music video on YouTube had VEvo slapped on the thumbnail? Whether it was Rihanna, Eminem, or One Direction, it didn't matter. If a channel had VEvo in a name, it meant it was official, legit, and had hundreds of millions of views. So what is VEvo? Why did every artist have it in their channel name, and why anyone can join it today for $100 and it doesn't mean anything? This is not just the story of a company, it's the story of how a giant in the music industry collapsed trying to become the YouTube for music videos. I'm ๊viːvoʊ, an independent artist showing you the industry from the inside. Let's break it down. VEvo was launched in 2009 as a project of two major players in the industry, Universal Music Group and Sony Music. Their goal was to bounce back from the sharp decline in sales caused by the shift from CDs to digital. Back in the day, we had platforms like MTV that paid artists and record labels directly, but the internet was getting traction and record labels were losing money because of piracy. On top of that, companies like Spotify and iTunes were launched, causing even more stress for the whole system. So Universal Music Group and Sony were looking for a way to monetize official music videos in the new era. This is how VEvo was born. Here is how it works. You upload all your big-budget Hollywood-level music videos to VEvo, force advertisers to pay a premium price, and then split the revenue. A VEvo video wasn't just a music video, it was a massive billboard for the advertisers. On the launch day, the website crashed from all the traffic. It had over 35 million visitors in the first month, leaving the competition in the dust. In its prime, VEvo was the music video industry. They had Beyoncé, Kanye West, Justin Bieber, and Katy Perry, and they were all getting millions, if not billions of views, and for a while, it seemed to work. But it didn't last. You see, VEvo was getting about 80% of their views from YouTube, but they didn't own or control the platform. It was and still is owned by Google. YouTube could change the rules whenever and however they wanted. On top of that, VEvo wasn't getting much money as a company itself, and as you can imagine, a company like that is pretty expensive to run. So VEvo tried to make different kinds of content on YouTube to make some money, like interviews and behind the scenes. But those formats were never really successful, unlike their app, which was a success at first. But despite that, in 2018, everything started falling apart. The CEO stepped down, massive layoffs, and YouTube was getting ahead of VEvo. The issue is pretty trivial. Fans didn't care about the VEvo's app or website because the average fan didn't want the hassle of downloading a new app, registering, and all that just to watch a new video by Justin Bieber. If it was easier to watch Justin Bieber's video on YouTube, that's where they'd go. By 2018, VEvo decided to shut down the app, and by 2019, they stopped managing their own channels. Everything was absorbed by YouTube. And here's where it gets ironic. For years, a VEvo badge meant you were official, big, and professional. It was the digital equivalent of winning a Grammy. But today, any independent artist can buy it for $100 through distributors like DistroKid. Something that used to be badge of honor is now a $100 thumbnail. Paid, not earned. This also shows how the music industry knows exactly how to play the psychology game. So much of what fans perceive as, oh, this gotta be great, is just packaging. You clicked on this video not because you knew you'd like this video, but because you liked the thumbnail and the title. That's the name of the game. Back in the day, even artists who had nothing to do with VEvo would add those 4 letters to their thumbnail to fool the viewers. As someone who's been building their music career from the ground up, I've seen how much weight perception holds. It can open doors that you thought were forever closed. Some artists make incredible music but can break even 100 views, while others game the system with the right branding. VEvo used to be one of those brands. It still is, but now it's a pay-to-play kind of thing, which is just a nice way of saying that it's lost all of its meaning and weight. That's why I treat my channel, visuals, and storytelling carefully, because if you don't define your own identity, the industry will slap one onto you and charge you for it. But VEvo is a great example of what can happen to platforms. They launch, they scale, they earn, and finally, they collapse or get absorbed by other, bigger fish. We've seen it with SoundCloud. I mean, it's still out there, but does anyone use it anymore? So what does it mean for fans like you and artists like me? Well, it means that we as artists can rely on platforms to push us further. What used to work and was prestigious yesterday is a shadow, a distant memory that doesn't mean anything today. Platforms come and go, but what matters is the connection that we build with you, viewers, fans. VEvo didn't fail because it was a bad idea. It failed because it tried to play by the old rules in a new system. YouTube became the label, distributor, advertiser, and executive. And no matter how great your branding is, YouTube doesn't need a middleman. Today, VEvo is just a shell of its former self, stripped down of all of its power. The logo is still there, sure, but it doesn't mean anything. Today is just 4 letters on the thumbnail that confuse the audience, especially those who weren't on YouTube when VEvo was a big thing. You can find very low quality videos that have the official VEvo branding on YouTube. It's not a metric of quality anymore. My name is ๊viːvoʊ, and I'm here to show you the real behind the scenes.